everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I decided to do this rose goldy, coppery, burgundy kind of makeup look for you. I'm gonna name it my date night makeup because I'm not going on a date right now, but when I do, I don't know, sometimes I find it hard to like come up with something to wear, and you want it to be like nice, but you kind of want it to be a little bit sexy. And yeah, I don't know, I just think like this look is exactly the kind of thing I would wear on a date or just out on a normal night. It's kind of like, they're kind of both the same thing, like it's a full coverage routine and it's exactly what I'd wear on a night out either. But yeah, I had a lot of fun filming this video, and I really like how it came out, and I hope you enjoy it. So let's just get started on the video. Cool, so to start off, I already have my base makeup on and my brows. I'll leave a link in the description of what I'm already wearing on my face, just so you can see. It's just like my normal base makeup routine anyways, but I'll leave what I used down below just so you can see what I used. So I'm going to prime my lids now. I'm using the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Light Ivory. And then to set that concealer, I'm going to be using Rice Paper from MAC. It's just like a base, like neutral colour. So then for my crease colour, I'm going to be going in with the shade Raw Sienna and the shade Burnt Orange from the Modern Renaissance palette. Now I just want to keep building this shade up, so I'm going to go in with the shade Real Girl from the Modern Renaissance palette and just blend that on top of the other ones. So now I'm going to go in with a clean brush and the shade Strut from the Blank Canvas Master Series 1 palette, and I'm just going to soften the edges. Now to deepen up that outer corner, I'm going to go in with a smaller brush and the shade Carmen from the Blank Canvas palette as well. deepen that even further, I'm going to go with the English shade 301 from the What Spice collection. I'm just going to deepen that outer corner more. Now to deepen that up even further, I'm going to go in with the English shade 301 from the What Spice collection. And I'm going to go in with the shade Antique Bronze from the Modern Renaissance palette into the outer corner as well. And then I'm also going to go in with Cypress Umber, just the darkest brown shade in the palette, and I'm going to put that in the outer corner as well. And lastly, I'm going to go in with a little bit of the English shadow in 63, and I'm also going to put that in my outer corner. So now I'm going to carve out the front half of my lid, and I'm going to do that using the Sosu contour palette, and I'm going to use shade 1. And I'm also going to set this with rice paper from MAC. So now you should have something like this. I think the trick to like doing this like cut crease kind of look, or like any cut crease, is to use like a really thick concealer. This one isn't like overly thick, like it is quite creamy and easy to blend. But you need to use something a little bit more thicker than like a really liquidy concealer, because this just adds like extra coverage and really like well covers the shadow that's underneath. You could always clean up the shadow underneath and then go over with like a lighter concealer, but I just feel like if you use the heavy concealer, it will cover anything that you want it to. I also think that you should work in like small sections, because in the past I have like done a whole like line at the start, and then as I've been like looking in the mirror and while I've been blinking, it's transferred the line up like higher than where it should have been, and that's just because there was too much product on my eye. And I think when you work in smaller sections, you can really like pat it in and you won't get that like transfer, and the lines will be perfect. I also think that the brush you use when you're doing a look like this really like makes the difference when you're doing the cut crease. So I used the blank canvas F17 brush. That's it there, and this is what it looks like. It's just like a flat, I think it's marketed as like a flat concealer brush, but it's perfect because it's rounded at the top, which makes it perfect for like creating that roundedness, and it's quite flat and very like densely packed, so it really packs on the concealer. I think this is a great brush. I think definitely go for a rounded one, because if you go for a straight one, something like this one, I don't know that you'll get as smooth of, so I definitely recommend a brush like this for doing the cut crease part. So for the inner part of the lid, I'm going to be using a pigment from the MAC Nutcracker collection that was limited edition at Christmas. This is like my favourite collection MAC has ever done, and I thought this set of pigments was like the nicest set of pigments I've ever seen. This is what it looks like here. So you've got like a whitish, like naturally one, then you have like a pinky copper one, a bronzy copper one, and then you have a pink glitter. I'm going to be using the second one today, which is Star Dream, and that's what I'm going to pop on the inner corner of my lid. So as a base for my pigment, I'm going to be using the Inglot Duraline, and I'm just going to pop that down as a base in my inner corner. So then we have something like this. It's like a rose goldy copper pigment. I do have a little bit of fallout there, but I'm not going to worry about that. I do really like how it looks now. However, I am going to add another pigment on top of it. I'm going to use the Inglot Pure Pigment Shadow in 82. So I'm just going to pop that on over it. You can just use the Inglot pigment on its own. I mean, it's so pigmented. I'll swatch it for you here just so you can see what it looks like on its own. So that's what it looks like on its own. As you can see, I just used the MAC one first, just as a base for it, and then I popped this over it, but it's so intense and so shimmery, so if you're going to go with one of them, I would 100% go with the Inglot one. Now, so I'm just going to dip back into the shade Cypress Umber from the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm just going to blend it in with the pigment. So now that I have that blended in, I'm just going to clean up where I brought the extra shadow down. So to do that, I'm going to just take a cotton pad and some of my micellar water, and I'm just going to fold my cotton pad in half and bring it to the side of my eye and swipe up. And then I'm going to flip it over and do the other side. And I'm also just going to remove any of the excess fallout under my eyes. So for liner, I'm going to be using the Inglot AMC Gel in 77. And now for my like inner corner eyeliner, I'm gonna take the Rimmel Glam Eyes liner. That's what it looks like there. Just because it's a little bit more liquidy, and I feel like it doesn't pull on my inner corner. It doesn't pull on my lid, because sometimes with the brush and the liner, it can pull and it leaves it a bit gappy. So I use this to kind of do from, I'd say about halfway inwards on my liner. And then back to the gel for the wing part. So now this side done, I'm just gonna go and do this side off camera and I'll be right back. Cool, so now that I have my liner on, I'm gonna go ahead and do my under eye concealer. And for that, I'm gonna be using a mixture of the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Porcelain and the shade one from the Sosu contour palette. I love the Sosu concealer for when I'm like doing a full glam look, because it's just so like full coverage and it covers everything. I wouldn't really use it on a day-to-day basis because it's so intense, but for when I'm going out and when I want like full coverage, I'll always use it. And for date night, we definitely want full coverage. Well, I do. I don't like, if you don't, you do you, but I want full coverage. And I'm also going to take this small little flat brush and I'm just going to bring the concealer right up under my liner. And now to set with my Laura Mercier. So I kind of like half set slash half bake when I'm doing like a full coverage look. I don't like bake with like tons and tons of powder, but just a little bit. But I usually do this when I'm doing like full glam because I really want the makeup to stay in place. So I'm just going to go ahead and set the rest of my face and I'll leave this under while I'm doing it. And I'm going to be setting with the MAC Studio Fix in NC20, and I desperately need a new one. And I'm also going to bronze up my face with shade 6 from the Sosu palette. And I'm going to contour using the Hoola by Benefit. And now for highlight, I'm going to be using MAC Soft and Gentle. And because I have an off the shoulder top as well, I'm going to do my collarbones. And I'm also going to do a little bit on my shoulders. And props to you if you knew it was coming. Inglot Sparkle Dust in 01, just on the high points. Now I'm going to just weigh that powder under my eyes. And I'm just going to put a little bit of the MAC powder over that. Now back to eyes, I'm going to take the Inglot shade 301, and I'm going to blend that out under my eyes. And I'm going to do a little bit of Cypress Umber as well, just in like the outer third on the bottom. And I'm going to use Soft and Gentle by MAC just to highlight my brow bone. And I'm going to use my Inglot Sparkle just to highlight my inner corner. And for lashes, we're going to do the Sosu New Yorks. So I'm just going to add a little bit of mascara. I'm using the Penny's Curl Power. I'm just going to use a bit on my lower lash line. Now, so for lips, I'm going to be using the PS lip liner in Rosewood Mauve. I mentioned this in my May favourites. And for lipstick, I'm going to be using Fast Play by MAC. Cool. So this is the finished result. I love how the eyes came out. I think they're really nice. I love this lip as well. I think it's so comfortable to wear. I think it's an amplified lipstick, so it's the same as Blankety, the other one that I wear all the time. And they're just so comfy to wear, and they're really like moisturising. Yeah, and they're not drying at all. And I don't know, I'm not really feeling the matte lips lately. I don't know, my lips have just been really dry, and I just hate the feeling. Like, I wore Blankety for a few weeks nearly straight, and then the other day I wore my Kylie matte lip again. And it felt horrible and I hated it. So I don't know if I'm not going to wear matte lips ever again, but for now I'm just really liking the like really creamy and like hydrating lipsticks, so that's why I went with this one. So yeah, I really like how this came out. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and please subscribe to my channel if you don't already. Yeah, so just leave me a comment on any different kinds of videos you'd like to see, whether it be like more makeup ones or like tags, or like just what kind of different videos you'd like to see. I also want to do a couple of like special effects makeup videos, but it's not Halloween yet, so I don't know if I can start yet. It'll definitely, once it starts it won't stop, so maybe I should just save all of that for like the month of like September and October. But yeah, so if you have any suggestions on any videos, just leave me a comment and let me know. And so thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.